Hello, this is John McQuay with 8541 Tactical. We're out here at the range today to do a demo of the KRG Ops Whiskey 3 chassis system. This chassis system is similar to other chassis systems in that it uses an internal aluminum structure. It then bolts on external components to that. In the case of the Whiskey 3 chassis system here, we have an aluminum forend. We have polymer side panels for the grip area. And we have the skeletonized rear stock. Now the Whiskey 3 chassis system is interesting in that it is adjustable for comb height and length of pull without using any tools at all. You simply got a thumb wheel here to adjust to raise the stock or the comb up and down. It locks down nicely. You have two cam locks on the back side of the stock to adjust your length of pull. And it's very simple to get your pull length set and then lock the cam locks back down, and it stays there. It's not loose, it doesn't rattle around at all. The pistol grip, as I mentioned, is completely vertical. There's really no cant to it at all, and it's rather beefy. It's really a thick pistol grip. Up alongside of it, there are these little ramps to float your thumb on. Those of you that don't like to wrap your thumb around the pistol grip will be a great fan of these. It gives you a place to stick your thumb to anchor your hand when you press that trigger. The sides of the grip are made of a polymer material. That's really nice when we get into the cold weather here because the polymer doesn't get quite as cold as bare aluminum. When you come forward, the forend is a pretty sturdy chunk of aluminum. It's got holes drilled and threaded on the bottom for different accessory rails. The stock comes with one bipod stud up front. It also comes with holes on the side, which I've been told are for a future night vision mount. The front of the stock is open, and KRG has stated that they're working on a bipod spigot adapter for the open recess in the front of the stock. The free float is pretty generous. You can put a pretty large barrel in there. I'd say just looking at it that it will probably accommodate a bull barrel. There are screws that protrude up into the channel, so you may need to mill those down if you're going to go extreme on it. It gives you plenty of free float room for the standard Remington varmint barrel, which is what we have in here right now. The machining is perfect on it. I really haven't seen any spots on it where I can see tool marks. The anodizing is even throughout. The skeletonizing in the stock has some really interesting detail. There are spots where they didn't go all the way through on the skeletonizing just to increase strength in the stock. KRG will also be releasing a folder version of this stock in the future. So it will be able to pivot right here and swing the stock to the side, further shortening your length. As we come to the back of the stock, you'll notice there's this little protrusion here. This is what comes on the stock, and it serves to either ride the bags or it serves as a nice grip for those of you that like hooks on the back of your stocks. You can also replace this with a Picatinny rail if you have a monopod that you want to run back here. One thing that I failed to mention on the butt stock is it is adjustable with tools for this for the height of the butt pad, and you can also adjust the cant to the side. You can tell looking the stock over that a lot of thought went into it. It's a very comfortable stock to shoot. There are a lot of nice fine details. There really isn't much that I could find to dislike about the stock. When I got down to really nitpicking it, the few things I found to dislike is one, that there's a lot of hardware on it. There are a lot of bolts here and there. Bolts can come loose. It's a fact of life. Again, we're just getting down to really small nitpicky stuff now. The forend is all aluminum. Aluminum gets very cold. Those are the few dislikes I have. It's a very comfortable system to shoot. The pistol grip was well thought out. Little details like the magazine release. Magazine release can either operate like a standard AI magazine release, where you hit it with your offhand thumb, or there's extensions on the side so that you can just reach forward and press the magazine release with your trigger finger. Works very well. The magazine well is large enough that you're not fiddling around to get the magazine in there. It goes in and locks in quickly and smoothly. You'll see that our magazine's empty right now, so it does rattle around a little bit. When the magazine is full, that's not an issue. It's pretty snug in there. There aren't any spots that the action rubs. The action is fairly simple to drop into the stock. There are 2 screws that bolt it in. KRG went so far as to shorten the front and set up the front screw, so you should not have to remove the fore end to bolt the action in. The problem that we ran into is to do that, you have to have a really long bit for your torque wrench to be able to get to that bolt. We ended up going ahead and taking the fore end off. It's just a couple of screws in order to be able to bolt in and properly torque our action into the stock. Now, going from the Bell & Carlson stock that we had this action in, we dropped it right in here, torqued it down to 65 inch-pounds, and we were dead on at 100 yards. It's a very nice system. You definitely need to check them out. It's priced right. It's right in with the Accuracy International chassis. It's a little bit more expensive than the Evolution, the XLR Evolution, depending on what accessories you get on that. We are really looking forward to seeing the folder version of this stock with a 20-inch rifle such as this. A side folder will make it a very, very compact package for law enforcement shooters. It's nice to be able to fold up a rifle and have it fit in a very small bag if you need to be discreet. It's very nice for cramped trunks to be able to fold it up and not take up a lot of length when you're in the trunk. If you've enjoyed the review video today, please click the subscription button above. More subscribers means we can bring you more videos. Thank you.